Okay, so in the last video, this is part 2. I was talking about how I'm watching this Netflix special called The Human Playground. And they follow different episodes, follow different people who do these extreme things for fun. Like the first episode, which really touched me, and it kind of opened up something in my brain. This woman has her leg amputated from the knee down, I believe, and she's an extreme marathon runner. So she's doing a 100-mile race in the Sahara Desert, burning hot, alone. She has her little 2 walking sticks, and her leg is amputated. And this whole show is about how humans, what we do for fun is our playground, right? So she had an accident, I believe, when she was 19 years old, a car accident. She said she had 45 surgeries to try to reconstruct her leg before they had to amputate because it wasn't working. So she is a runner. She has one of those prosthetic legs that help you run. And this lady was such an inspiration because you saw her physical handicap, that her leg doesn't work like everyone else's, right? She said she was very depressed for a long time and felt like her life was over and she was never going to amount to the things that she had dreamt of. But that didn't stop her, right? Now she's this extreme marathon. And mind you, this lady's older age, late 50s probably. And it just kind of hit me. It hit me that we admire people so much when they have a physical handicapness. And trust me, they are very, very inspirational. When they overcome something like they weren't going to be able to walk and now they're running, or, they're a veteran who lost a limb and now they're in the CrossFit, or they're doing marathons, or they're doing this and that, right? Something outside that they thought they would never be able to do. And I thought about how a lot of times we forget that many of us have these emotional handicapness. Whether we grew up in an abusive an abusive home, and our childhood was trauma and being afraid, or we suffered sexual violence, or we overcame, I don't know, all these things that happen in life, all these traumas. And we forget that inside we have these physical, emotional handicapness, not physical, emotional. And how a lot of times you have a choice. You have a choice that you choose to either live in that victimhood of I am damaged, or you say, despite that damage, I'm gonna make my life what I want it to be. So a lot of times we are walking around with this emotional handicapness that no one can see. I mean, some people feel it, right? They know you've suffered, but they don't know what you're overcoming every day just to be alive. So I wanted to use that lady as like a visual of what we can be, regardless of our situations, regardless of that emotional trauma we carry with us. And I'm reading this really good book. It's called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And this guy, which a lot of people talk about, taking responsibility for our lives despite not being responsible. And that makes no sense, I know. But a lot of times the things that happen to us are not our fault, right? Life happens. You grew up in a home that wasn't the perfect home, or You met this person that wasn't the perfect person, and the things they did to you were not your fault. But now it's your responsibility as a human being to take your life into your own hands and decide what you're going to do with it. Are you going to be the victim? Are you going to let that handicap not let you move past your traumas? Or are you going to use that trauma, and despite all that pain and all that hurt, you're still going to go for what you want? You're going to take responsibility and say, I choose me and I choose my life to be better than what they did to me, right? So something to think about. Think about people walking around with those emotional traumas and emotional handicapness that we don't always see. And just decide for your life that you want better for yourself. Okay, go get it.